Hello, dear student partners. My name is Eliana Sofia Leal Lozada, and this is my video that I made for the last activity of the Language for and Functions course. I hope you like it, and I will start talking about the process that I choose, which is reduplication. So let's start with the definition. Okay. Reduplication is a morphological operation of repetition whereby the form and affix replace certain phonological characteristics of the base clause linguistically, and it is used in relation to convey a grammatical dimension such as number and in derivation to create new words. Furthermore, replication is often used when a speaker adopts a tone that is more expressive or figurative than ordinary speech, and is also often but not exclusively iconic in meaning. So, replication is used in relations to convey a grammatical function such as plurality. In this case, reduplication is the process of forming a new word, of doubling a morpheme, usually when a change of vowel or initial consonant, as a poof poof, tip tap, and hanky panky. And the basic morpheme is the second half, like diddle dally, but it may be the first half, tick tock, or both halves, like sing song, neither half, like boogie woogie. So, in this case, reduplication is the process of forming a new word, of doubling a morpheme, usually when a change of vowel or initial consonant, as a poof poof, tip tap, and hanky panky. And the basic morpheme is the second half, like diddle dally, but it may be the first half, tick tock, or both halves, like sing song, neither half, like boogie woogie. So, reduplication has many different functions. The first, it can express disappointment, namby-bamby, intensification, super-duper, diminution, teeny-weeny, onomatopoeia, tick-tock, and alternation, ping-pong. So now I'm going to talk about types. So let's start with our classification. There are two main types of reduplication. On the one hand, we can have total reduplication, like 50-50, or in present day English we have things like jump jump or mew mew, or in the present day English we have things like jump jump, which is an interjection that expresses some of pleasure from eating or the prospect of eating. Then we have partial unit reduplication, where not the entire words is repeated, the entire base form, but only part of the base, and the reduplicated part itself may involve some additional phonetic changes. So we have sim sam, dim dam, which is the sound of a bell, or the sound of alternative changes like willy nilly. It's not the entire base that is repeated, but the part of it have some changes, like tic-tac. Let's now look at the case of partial reduplication. Is quite interesting because there are two phonological principles that are applied. On the one, we have the operation of uploading or phonological change that is involved in reduplication. So first, about refers to a simple vowel change. For example, inflation, you have something like twin rank, or in a derivation you have something like long length, where O becoming an E in this case, about a blade. The another type of reduplication doesn't involve any grammatical change. The street vowel of the passive word, the rest of the word is a simple repeat. So an example here will be ding dong or walkie talkie or mishmash. Okay, something interesting in right motivated. The onset consonant changes while the rest of the passive word repeats. So, for example, the vowels that are maintained. So our example was nili niji, was wiji niji, and we have a change of the onset consonant, and the rest remains as it was. Let's therefore about twin words. First, change in vowel, like ding dong or TikTok. Second, change of initial consonant, like Wijiniji and Tini Winnie. And the last one is repetition without change, like tic tac or yum yum. Let's talk about examples. Therefore, look at these particular contents and situations for replication in present-day English. For example, one context concerns boring. An example of this from older language is ilan ilan. The second example will be words that are phonetically suggestive. An example here will be tuk tuk. Sometimes we might put a special emphasis on what we want to say, so this is very often used in a present-day English. For example, you could say, "Oh no," with express an exclamation mark. And the last one, in child languages, here you see the young child use very often replicating forms like dada, which is daddy, or boo boo or mama. So here we are total replication. The major motivation for children to produce replication may be the simple need to play sound to practice them. So this is some sort of the phonetic practice for them. I have more examples. In this case, we have languages, that is English, the base form of the word, and the duplicated form. So the first one is dim dum, chip chat, dilly dally, crisscross, dingo dango, flim flam, knick knack, scrape scrap, widow waddle, willy nilly, and wriggle raggle. These are some examples. To conclude my presentation, I'm going to talk about the conclusions. And reduplication is a morphological procedure used in many languages, especially in inflection and inflation, whereby a whole word or a part of it is repeated, creating a new form with a slightly different meaning. And in all languages, we can hide this process that allows human beings to express themselves repeatedly or increase the meaning of an expression. And I found it interesting that in this case of children, they carry out this process naturally because they need to practice the language. And they are learning them to repeat words and even adapt the language in their own way. This gives more reasons to understand that the language is an inclusive, and in many occasions the processes that occur in its development are a gift that God gave us for our improvement and socialization. This is the reference. So thank you so much for watching my video, and see you in the next opportunity.